Hey everybody, Jeff here, and I just want to take a minute and talk about my latest project, Project Luna. Kind of go over my general idea for it and where we're at currently in the development. So as you can see at the top, this is a multiplayer game. It's a first-person shooter. It has elements of a MOBA as well as a real-time strategy game. So the high-level concept of the game is to destroy the other team's command center. So if you're familiar with MOBAs, it's a very familiar concept. Now, in order to destroy the other team's command center, it's going to take a little bit of work. So, the general idea is that you will kind of build up your base, build up your forces, and then be able to overpower the enemy team. But in order to build up your base and train units, any real-time strategy game is going to have some form of currency. And that's where the camps come in. The camps are areas where NPC mobs will spawn. And by attacking these camps, you can earn coins as well as loot better weapons. And so the idea is that you would attack these camps, and once you've accrued enough currency, head back to base and build some additional structures. We will have things like barracks, factories, starports, supply depots, kind of just standard structures that you would expect in kind of a real-time strategy game. Now, I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about the camps, but every player will accrue equipment throughout playing. And so by killing NPCs, you'll be able to loot their weapons, but also it'll drop abilities. And so every player will have 3 ability slots, and they can kind of pick up these weapons that are dropped from these NPCs, and hopefully they'll be able to build some sort of spec to kind of help their team out, whether they're like want to be a tank or a sniper or a stealth infiltrator. They'll be able to find equipment and be able to kind of build out a role as the match progresses and become more lethal. And when a player dies, they drop everything. They drop their coins, they drop their weapons, and then other players, your teammates can either come pick them up, or if you're neck deep in enemy territory, you might have to kiss all your loot goodbye. So here's a high-level overview of the map. Base B and Base A, these are where the opposing teams will start, and this is where their bases are located. As you can see here in the center, we got a skull. So in the center is the biggest NPC camp. This would be very difficult to take over. It's something that you may attack in the late game, and it has some sort of boss there. And so if you've played League of Legends or Paragon or pretty much any MOBA, you kind of know the role of big bosses. Surrounding the city are medium-sized camps. And as you see these black arrows, we will have rotating bosses that kind of patrol. So one would start here, one would start there, and they would kind of patrol counterclockwise. And each of these medium cities is surrounded by small camps. And again, they have these arrows. These will have a tougher but fairly manageable patrol group that goes in between the camps. So now that we've kind of gone over the basics, let's hop over into the game and see what we got working so far. So we got basic locomotion working. Player can move around, player can jump, a little funky jump animation. Player can crouch, move around, and you pull out a weapon. So currently these are some prototype structures, kind of examples of what will be in the finished project. Obviously, hopefully they look a lot better than this. I haven't quite finished creating the user interface to be able to spawn these, but I've been playing around with some spawning technology And it seems to be working good, and the base size seems to be fairly adequate. That you can build a decent number of structures, so there'd be good progression in the late game. Okay, so let's head over and find a camp. So you see this coming up on the horizon is a small camp. In this camp we will find 3 NPCs. They do have line of sight, so I'm going to approach them right here so they don't get me. So I'll quickly take these guys out. Oh, that guy got me pretty good. Boom. Got him. So as you see, when they die, they drop their weapons. I can then come over and pick these up and switch in between them. Got a burst rifle and 3. Equip a shotgun. And in the center of each camp is a chest, and now that I've cleared all the mobs, there's this green light kind of indicating that it is unlocked. I can come up, boom, collect my booty. I'll just pick up these coins, make sure I got them all, and there you have it. It's pretty basic, but just wanted to give you guys a quick sneak peek of what I was working on.